Should we all clap just for fun?
We could. Clap.
That was
Clapping is healthy.
wait.
It's been practiced by all cultures.
Three. Give it a 3,
I think
2, 1.
Welcome to our first podcast and kind of our introduction. We're Girl from the Creek. My name's Tyler. This is Max. We have Kyler and Edward. And so far we're just going to talk about movies and what we have going on. And hopefully you guys like what you see and we kind of get your interest and everything like that. So first things first, what Girl from the Creek is that we're going to start producing short films and a bunch of videos on YouTube, and right now we're obviously doing the podcast. So we're going to try and do this bi-weekly, and hopefully that works out, and then sooner or later we will get it to just weekly. But yeah, let's talk about what we got going on and get started from there. A few things that we already started that we kind of got going was the first thing we did was a little film called The Refillables.
Yeah.
And so we work
Fun
for a
memories.
movie theater, and every year they do a video contest where each theater will submit a film, and then it goes through different categories of what you can win and stuff. And our film won Best Overall.
Yeah, dude,
and
we killed
so
it. Yeah.
it was starring Max right here, directed and written by Kyler, and I also made an appearance in it. Hopefully we'll get Edward in a video sooner or later.
It's like you're like a co-star though.
Yeah.
It's like you're like the
like
fucking the fucking big fifth business or whatever the fuck they call that character, like that evil force that drives the plot. Like without it, there is no movie. You're like the Sam Jackson of my movie. Lots of yelling. Maybe it's just a yelling character. Is what I'm
It's
thinking
always all these actors, and then it's with Samuel L. Jackson, right at the furthest right on the billboard.
But yeah, his character always just somehow makes the film.
Yeah.
He's in
in it for like 5 minutes, but then it's
It's like one of the most recognizable roles.
It's 5 minutes, but
the
it
most
counts.
quotable.
It counts for 95% of the motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's like, "This is a large air base, Cap. What are you doing?" And it's like, oh my god, and it's like a great moment. You love him.
You guys see Hitman's Bodyguard?
Yes,
No,
I
I never
love
saw
that.
it.
movie.
Dude, I used to
Their
clean the
chemistry-
theater in the afterwards, like I was an usher. I'd be sweeping the theater, and then like 20, 40 fucking sweeps in, my coworker's like, "That's Samuel L. Jackson singing," like at the music at the end.
Is it?
Really?
It's like a song, and he's like, "Nobody gets out alive," yeah. And it's like I couldn't tell because he was totally singing. Like he just sounded like a
He's
singer.
He learned for what's that movie? He learned to play like blues guitar and all
Oh,
that stuff.
for
Which movie?
Black Snake Moan.
Yeah.
Oh, for that one?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a good
He's
movie.
a talented guy. Yeah.
Wasn't Hitman's Bodyguard also with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
It was. It was him
Their
and Ryan
chemistry
Reynolds.
was
Ryan Reynolds.
amazing. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it.
Didn't get really bad reviews though.
I think it
it's
might
supposed
have.
to be awful.
The only scene I saw was like them in like a van with some nuns.
Yeah, that's what I
And
saw.
he was like, "Hey, sister," and she was like, "Oh."
I liked it. I only watched
It
it.
got it got a 41% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
You know,
my
I
bad
see-
for undermining it.
Yeah.
Personally,
Ooh.
I'd give it like a 73.
Really?
I would probably
Yeah.
give it a little bit more than a 40.
Star
What was
power.
it?
The power of
Yeah,
star
they
power.
said 41%.
41%. I would give it a little
It's
bit
true,
more
yeah.
than 40.
You're saying what, like a 57?
Oh no, I'm going higher. Maybe
It's like Angelina Jolie in
I'm going-
Salt.
I'm-
It's like, but it's fucking Jolie.
See, that just doesn't pass anymore.
If you
It
put
really
enough big
doesn't.
actors in a movie, it will get over 60%. We know
It
this.
doesn't work anymore.
Doesn't
Look at-
fucking
look
work.
at-
We saw Holmes and
Sure,
Watson.
Yeah, Holmes and
did.
Watson.
Oh,
That did
yeah.
not work out.
The two of them, I mean, they were great. Talladega Nights, Step Brothers.
They have a good track record.
Yeah.
They're good actors together.
Well, it just shows the power that Adam McKay has.
Yeah, because he was so
He
good,
was-
man.
Yeah. But
I
now
wonder
He's like a
I wonder
genius,
who the
dude.
writers were too. That
Yeah, well, Will
also-
Ferrell and Adam McKay would
They-
write together.
they're writing partners.
Like, kind of like, like Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like that. It's like just like that or whatever. And they
Yeah,
did that for a
when-
while,
Team
and then
up.
now they split up.
when he doesn't work with Adam McKay, it's not as good.
Yeah.
The Anchorman was Adam McKay. Other guy is Adam McKay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about other
Step
guys. That
Brothers,
was a
dude.
really
He did
good
like
one.
all the best ones.
All the best
you know?
ones. I was looking up like, what's the last?
The
movie he
the other
did?
best like Will Ferrell one is like Elf. Like that's like
Yeah.
that's
It's good.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's another
But
one
even
of
Step
but it's a
Brothers,
different.
I was looking
that's,
up.
what's his name?
I was comparing Will Ferrell's Rotten Tomato score with his previous movies, and I believe Step Brothers also only has like 55%.
Really?
Yeah, Step Brothers has low reviews.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Which is
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
'Cause
crazy.
It's a classic
It's
for
fucking
everyone our
genius.
age.
Yeah.
It is an absolute
It's a
classic.
classic.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so quotable.
That
Everyone
because it
loves
has
it,
so many.
yeah.
I mean, just even Adam Scott's character. Man,
Yeah.
it's just
I think
lather
it's
these up with keels
He's
every day.
Dane Cook pay-per-view 20 minutes. Let's go. That's fucking
Oh my
so
god,
douchey.
he's
It's
so
amazing.
good. He's a great role, dude. They all have great roles in it too. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't remember her name, but the one who's like, "Roll you into a ball and into my vagina."
Oh, yeah.
like
I
she's
forget
it's
her
so
name.
pathetic.
She's in
You
all-
feel so bad.
She was
for
in
her.
Parks and Rec. She's the campaign director.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah.
What's her name again? Because I always see her in a bunch of stuff.
She's
and
like a
she's-
character. She's in a lot of
She's
stuff.
good in everything.
Yeah.
She was in The Goods. I really.
She is
I thought
good
she
in
was
everything,
really funny in
dude.
The Goods.
Yeah.
I think she's been in some dramas. I'm gonna like guess
I
her
don't
name
know if
is
she has.
Pam.
It is. I feel like
Wait,
it is. No, that's because she auditioned
Paul?
for Pam
Is that
She
with
in The
auditioned for Pam?
Office. She did, and she didn't get it.
Is that with two M's?
Oh shit.
Is that? Hello, Miss Lady. I think I can solve this Pam dilemma. Is there an N at the end?
Pan.
Catherine Han or Han.
So we were close.
Oh.
Dude, oh my
Yeah.
god. One of my favorite moments though that I feel like is less quoted is Seth Rogen's scene in fucking Step
Oh
Brothers.
no, that's one of the best ones.
Oh.
He goes. So yeah,
Like,
you guys seem like pretty
onion
cool
and
dudes.
ketchup.
You got hair similar to mine. So yeah, unless you guys are the weirdest fucking guys ever, and I don't see it.
Yeah.
We're ready.
And then he,
Just
like, lets-
fucking rips him. And then the best part is
Enormous.
like the eye contact between the two of them when he does it. He looks over and he goes, he's like Brendan, or no, it's Dale that fights. He goes, Dale, and he goes like, oh man. Fucking great.
Now I see it.
Now I see it. Yeah. Now the tuxedos seem kind of fucked up.
yeah, that's like the best line, dude. Oh man, yeah, Seth Rogen's humor, dude. I think that's one thing
great.
that I initially noticed, like with Edward, is like as soon as we started working together, it's like he loves quoting Seth Rogen lines, and I do too. Like Seth Rogen is like my spirit animal. I love
Yeah.
him
You
so
guys seen
much.
Knocked Up?
Oh,
I've seen
yes,
Knocked
I
Up like
love
20
Knocked Up.
times.
I'm
tighter.
Oh, it's great for the breakfast line, but after that, you just gotta tighten up. Just gotta tighten it
Oh, I
up.
love that part.
Did you guys ever see that like behind the scenes footage of like Michael Cera supposed to be
like an
the-
asshole or something?
Like no, he's supposed to be like the main guy in Knocked Up, but then he like cusses
really?
out the director and he like calls him an
Wait,
idiot.
I feel like
and
I have
shit.
seen that.
I've seen some one of that,
No.
but it's like the Indian dude from 40-Year-Old Virgin, and they were like, we were gonna have him be the guy from Knocked Up, so maybe they did a bunch of fake things.
No,
I don't know,
It,
maybe it's
it was
real.
fake because it was Adam McKay was the other guy that was interviewing him.
Oh really?
For it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
It's fake.
that makes sense. I was like, I see the same thing, different.
Because it's a
person.
good video, but it's very. It looks
That's like
very
Michael
real.
Cera and
This is the end.
This is the end.
I love that's what I
And
was
it's like
automatically
he's
thought
like
of.
he like throws coke at him.
Yeah, no, he's that movie's so
slaps
funny.
Rihanna's ass. I guess he actually like him and Rihanna had an agreement where like he could actually touch her ass if she could actually smack him. And each take,
So it
like
was
he kept,
real.
yeah. And
That's
each take
amazing.
he kept telling her to like slap him harder. And then on that last take, like I guess she got him like right in the ear.
Oh,
Yeah, see what,
What-
power does to
what has
people.
he done lately?
Michael Cera?
Yeah,
I don't think he does much.
he must.
anymore.
I mean,
I think he just does like indie films.
He's like
and
2
stuff.
years away from Shia LaBeouf likeness,
Ooh.
like
Oh,
like
yeah.
doing like performance art
yeah,
in the
performance
streets.
he must be.
Yeah.
Oh God, because he's in that weird stage between still looking young, but then looking like he's like 35.
I was gonna say if he's still rocking that mustache.
No, the
I mean,
mustache.
I can't really
the whole
talk.
look is just.
I can't really talk about the mustache, but yeah.
This is saying he was in
You're like, I'm
Molly's
guilty.
game.
Was he in Molly's
Found
game?
myself
I don't
as
remember
guilty.
him being in Molly's game, but yeah, it
Yeah.
says he's in Molly's game, and I guess he was a voice.
Oh yeah, Molly's game.
He was
Molly's
a voice
Game,
in.
which
I,
one?
see, I never saw that was the Aaron
Michael Cera's
Sorkin.
character is like supposed to be like an amalgamation of like Ben Affleck, Tobey Maguire, and like some other star from the
Interesting.
time.
Is that
I
the
forget now
one-
the third one.
Is that the one
But
where
He's supposed to be like all compact.
It's about
Huh.
the woman hosting like the poker game or
Yes.
something like
Yeah.
that?
illegal
I
poker
wanted to
shit
see that one.
with like all the like celebs and shit, and it actually was well done considering they don't get like the celebs, or like
Yeah.
they sort of they conceal names, you know what I mean, for a
When
lot
did
of
that
it.
one come out? God damn.
It
that
came
was
out like
2017, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It didn't do very well.
Good.
I came and
Yeah.
saw it here right before.
I'm
We
way behind on
barely
movies.
had it. We had
Yeah,
it for
we
like
had-
a week, and
yeah.
I was like, if I don't see it in this week, it'll be gone. And
Yeah,
it
I
was.
never saw it.
But
Same
it was
as-
Aaron Sorkin, dude. It was
Yeah,
he
he's good.
directed, which is
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
because I've always liked his writing
Mhm.
shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And he's
That was like Widows. I never went and saw that.
didn't
I
see
hear
Widows.
it was
I
good.
didn't see Widows either.
I heard it was good.
The only thing,
You had a
I
good
went in to
cast,
go
man.
see it, but I was really fucking tired and I ate an edible, so I just fell asleep the whole time. But I do remember Liam Neeson and Viola Davis like slurping each other's faces, dude. They were like it's really intense kissing.
Yeah.
Like a cephalopod or an octopus. Like I was like, whoa.
I walked in on the
It's
end
intense.
because I was going to do a theater drop and I thought it was already over, and I walked in on like a major spoiler and I was like, oh shit.
Like, damn it, Neeson's dead.
Every
Way
fucking
to
big
tell
movie.
me.
I know, right? I was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know if I really
No,
want.
every big movie we have here has been spoiled. Star
Oh
Wars.
yeah.
So I like
Yeah.
the first day it came out, I was trying so hard to avoid spoilers. And like an hour before my shift gets out, I asked this lady to stand in line. I was doing movie clubs, so I was just walking around sweeping the lobby, and I was like, "So how's the movie?" She goes, "Well, Han Solo dies. So how do you think?" Or no,
Damn.
maybe it was Luke. It was Luke.
For
It was for the second one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was the
Jedi.
second one.
Second one. She goes, "Well, Luke Skywalker died. So how do you think?" And I was like shocked, and she was like, "Oh, you didn't know, did you?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know, bitch. I didn't say that." But
Spoiler alert.
just wait till
lady.
they do Leia in.
Oh god, yeah.
I felt really bad because when Infinity War came out, one of our other managers asked me to go into the theater to like check out a disturbance, like some customers talking and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, but I cannot go in there.
Yeah.
I have not
You're gonna
seen
have to get
anything of
someone else.
Infinity War yet.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
going in
remember
there.
that.
I do not want to see anything.
Yeah. You're like,
That's
no.
all you.
Running there with like horse
That was
blinders.
hilarious.
yeah, you guys watch How I Met Your Mother?
No, I
Bits
don't
and
know.
Never seen it. I've seen like
I
little-
watched.
yeah,
I
like
watched bits
Really?
and pieces of it.
once again my biggest frame of reference is in fucking This Is the End when they're talking about it. And he's like, that's why y'all number one. Like, Kevin Hart like,
my kid,
he's like, "Where's my kid?" Yeah, exactly. He's like making fun of his character on the show, like he's a
It's
dunce.
my birthday.
And I thought that was so funny that they like poked a joke at his show he was actually in. I was like, that's amazing.
He was like,
I
the only
love that
reason
about
I
that
watched-
movie that they like make
That's
fun
a
of
good
everything
one,
they've
yeah.
done. Like, it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
But just straight back to the refillables real quick.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what
We
we
strayed,
first
didn't
started
Oh yeah.
talking
We,
about.
How did we get
straight
there?
steamer.
It was.
You
the
said I was
fucking-
the Samuel L. Jackson of
Oh,
I
the
think, yeah,
refillables.
yeah.
That just took us on a fucking spiral.
compliments.
Cold
Flattery will get you nowhere.
We went from
But
Sam
on a
L.
tangent.
to Michael Cera to Seth Rogen to
I mean, they're all pretty similar.
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, if
I'm
I had to
pretty- I'm
pick
pretty
three
sure they-
actors in Hollywood that are just,
Very
Peaking
similar.
right now.
Okay, wait. I have
I'm pretty
to.
sure
sorry.
they've all been in a movie.
One thing, and
together,
then you
so-
can
Yeah,
get
they
back
have
to
been
our
in
shit.
movies.
One thing. I got in a fight with this guy one time because I said that Seth Rogen was more important, like as a comedian to our generation, than fucking Andy Samberg, and he was like,
Oh,
"No, Andy
yeah.
Samberg," and I was like, "No, Seth Rogen," like because Andy Samberg had like the internet culture down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
That's
had
for
internet
sure.
culture.
Seth Rogen
like,
was the
Lonely
Hollywood
Island.
star for us.
'Cause
you know what I mean, like,
Because once Andy Samberg kind of got big, like it was a thing where Saturday Night Live wasn't actually being that popular on TV,
Yeah.
but I
Right,
would
right.
always see clips on YouTube
Online.
and stuff.
Yeah,
so-
because
it
they
was,
were doing-
it would always be clips with like him and
A
like
lot of Lonely Island stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I used to be
Lonely
real big into
Island
them.
stuff.
Yeah.
that was
Uh,
like
Bill-
every middle
Bill Hader
schooler's
was on there,
dream
too.
was like, oh, have you guys heard the new
Yeah,
Lonely
man.
Island song,
I
"Dick in the
remember that.
Box"?
They're like, dude,
I never
fucking hilarious.
Dude, literally,
I never
I'd be like
really-
at youth group. My friend be like, "Check out the new fucking Lonely Island." It's like, "Jizz in my pants," and I was like, "They can do this." Like, no one stopped them.
Or what was the one T-Pain? I'm on a boat.
Oh,
I'm on
I'm
a
on a boat. Bitch,
Yeah.
I'm on a boat. Yeah.
My favorite one though is like when they have Michael Bolton.
Oh,
and, like,
God. And it's
he's
the
trying to sing
Jack
about-
Sparrow one?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
watched. Yeah, he just watched Pirates of the Caribbean. He's like, "You seen those movies?" And then he just keeps
That's
referencing
awesome.
it the whole
Or,
time.
like-
And they're like, "That was weird, but now we're back at the club."
Is Lazy Sunday also?
That
Lonely
is.
Island? I think
That's like one of the
that's
early
probably,
ones.
Yeah, that's like probably
Lazy
my
Sunday,
favorite
dude.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lazy
That's a
Sunday.
fucking good one. Oh, the Michael Bolton
Call
was great.
Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
No, not Chris Cornell.
It's
Just to
Chris
see how he's
Parnell.
doing. Chris Parnell. Yeah, call Chris Cornell just to see
I was
how
trying
he's
to
doing.
think- I was trying to think what his name was.
He's dead.
Who was Chris Cornell? Oh, fuck, the
The
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden guy.
It's
yeah.
just
But what I'm trying to get to is, please watch the refillables. We worked really hard on it.
It is great.
Kyler did an amazing editing job, and Kyler Max both wrote it beautifully. It's very funny.
Yes.
I'll put the link in the description. It'll be on Kyler's page, Thought Damage, and just check it out. Another thing before we get sidetracked probably is that Kyler Max got their own short film in a film festival, which
Yeah,
was
that's cool.
what was the
That was
film
really
festival
good.
It's called Nightmare Emporium.
Yeah, up in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
And it was called Careful With That Axe Eugene, which has them starring in it and another friend of ours, Brandon.
Yeah.
And that one is also hilarious. Kind of takes more of the horror side to things, but also check it out. I'll put the link in the description below. And it's fucking hilarious.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was really.
You guys like it?
I love Trent's little picture
gosh.
for
Oh,
his.
yeah.
Dude, they came to me like this behind the scenes. They came to me. I was like setting up a shot with the camera. I was like, "You guys go take a picture of him." And then like I delegate, and then they come back and they're like, "I'm like, what is it? What is it?"
Because we had this like this amazing like floral paint. I don't even have the picture of him. I think I deleted it.
So funny.
Because I didn't want to be like scrolling through the picture on my
Yeah.
phone and just have that shit come up.
You're like here with your agent or something. You're like, oh.
It's like this like floral
Your
picture.
girlfriend's like, what does that mean? Like, nothing.
Like, nothing. It's like, is that Trent? I'm like, no. It's
No.
It's
for work.
it was for a movie.
It's a man I met online.
he goes to a different school. You don't even know.
He understands me.
Don't worry about
He
it.
listens to my problems.
Don't worry about it. I found him on Grindr already.
He claims, I don't know, but he claims he puts out.
You guys seen Trainwreck?
Yeah.
That reminds me of the scene with John Cena. He goes, I will enter you. The guy's like eating like milk. He's like, you say you're gonna enter me?
He's like, I look like Mark Wahlberg, ate Mark Wahlberg.
You know what I do with assholes? I lick them. She's like, you can't find me. I'll be the nearest one on Grindr. She's like,
That was such a fucking funny
It was a
role.
good movie.
That was a good
And
movie.
LeBron was good in that
Dude,
too.
my main memory of that is Uptown Girl. like that song was it just I was like I don't think I'd ever seriously listened to it from the radio or anything, so I was like, wow, this is great. And also like the monogamy speech at the beginning where he's like, monogamy's bullshit. like, he's telling her when she's a little kid.
Did you guys ever see that Amy Schumer movie, I Feel Pretty?
I heard it was not great.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't great either, but I never
saw it.
I heard it was like dumped on by like the very people that it was trying to convince to watch.
Yeah.
Like which
I didn't- yeah,
I'm
I
always
heard-
saddened by
I heard
that.
nothing
Like Danish
about that.
Girl, same thing. And I was like, oh, that's sad because I saw it and I cried. I thought it was so beautiful.
Yeah, well, because they got Eddie Redmayne. to play
Right,
it,
and I get it, but I just didn't realize that would matter. So I was like, "What? They don't like it?" I was like, "But it was so confused." Yeah, exactly.
It tugged on the
I'm so
heartstrings.
ignorant.
I don't know no better.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to kind of talk about is the Golden Globe winners this
Yeah,
year,
Yes.
which
Rami
I'm
Malek.
really excited
I-
about some of those.
I found kind of interesting on some. Some of the movies I didn't
Wait.
see.
Before you actually, can we just talk about? I'm so confused by the fucking categories where it's like musical or comedy.
Well,
and
yeah,
drama.
because
wish that
Like
wasn't.
I get it,
Yeah.
but the way they choose the movie, like
I don't know.
It's
It's
stupid.
because Bohemian Rhapsody's drama and A Star Is Born
Star
is
Is Born is
drama.
drama.
They both have drama in them, but they're fucking musicals.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they're
then but then
totally
something
musicals.
like Get Out is comedy.
Yeah,
Even
Get
though-
Out was
yeah.
under
There's
comedy
really one
last year.
funny character that's like it's more comic relief rather than
Yeah, it's
being
definitely
comedy.
more
Yeah.
horror than comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it
Way
has comedy.
It's like
But also,
I can
like
see
they
it as
put
like a
drama.
satire.
They put drama under one category, but
Yeah.
then musicals and comedy as their own category.
As
Like
one
they're-
category?
As,
Yeah.
It's
like
like
they're
the
the
silly
same
category.
thing.
They're just like dopey shit.
yeah, basically, like, let's just give them this category. Like,
This
This
is
is
like
shit we
the-
don't take as seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
This is like the
Exactly.
best overall. That's like the
But
second
did-
to the
yeah.
best.
Late,
yeah.
did Les Mis win Best Picture
Back when it came out,
when it came out?
I don't know.
Les Mis?
I could check.
Like Oscars? Or
I,
Golden
Oscars or
Globes?
Golden
No.
Globes.
I think it might have.
Because would that have been? That's definitely a musical.
Les
but would
Mis?
they have?
I don't know if.
Well,
Best Picture.
so here's the thing. Which do you guys ever see Green Book? So we didn't. Get
I didn't
it.
see
we
it.
didn't
We
get
didn't get it.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
going to Federal Way to watch it.
I know it was at the Grand. Yeah.
And what exactly was that movie about? I've seen some trailers,
I don't
but
know.
So
I hear it's
I
good.
heard more
My aunt
about
said
it. Like the history behind it or whatever.
Like the history behind like
Like the book.
The-
Green
the
Book,
actual Green
the
Book?
title.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, why is it called Green Book?
Yeah.
But it's about this basically like this guide for African Americans back in the day, where they could go from city to city and be safe. Like what areas, like
yeah,
no
it
one
was like a
would harm them.
catalog of where
Yeah,
they
like
could go
where
and
police wouldn't attack them and stuff like that.
where
like
they would
where-
be racially profiled and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
or like a black community they could find, stuff like that. Like so that was the something handbook, Green Book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
so here's the thing about that. Does not sound like a comedy at all. But at the Golden Globes, it won Best Picture for underneath the musical and comedy category.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
okay.
see it
He plays
because-
piano. He's a pianist. He's a fucking okay. So Mahershala Ali he's like
Amazing actor.
an
Good.
amazing
Yeah.
pianist, and then Viggo Mortensen's character drives him around the country. or
He's like
something.
a
that's
he's
right.
like a bodyguard
or something like that.
I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's why they could throw the music in there. But I'm like,
Gotcha.
but then why? There's so much more music. I would bet in like A Star Is Born.
Well,
Yeah,
Bohemian
definitely.
Rhapsody
Oh, yeah.
won Best Drama, so
Right,
it's like,
which I'm so confused by.
that whole
I'm like,
thing.
what? But it's like a musical.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like what? Like I know there's drama in musicals. That's because it's a narrative.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's drama in all fucking narratives. You know,
And of course, there's gonna be drama with Queen involved. Like,
Yeah.
So Les Mis
We know
came
the
out
history.
in 2012, and that
Argo.
year
It was Argo.
Argo.
Oh.
What,
Go
which
fuck
picture
yourself.
was Argo was really
And
good.
Django got screenplay, and fucking
Yeah, I
Christoph
remember
Waltz
that.
got supporting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I was
Yeah.
really,
Uh huh.
I like it.
really,
Yeah,
really,
man.
really happy about. I like Christopher
Argo's a
Waltz.
good
I was
fucking
glad that was
movie.
I
good.
never
Which one?
saw it.
Argo?
I-
Did you ever see that?
That's the one.
It's really intense.
where the
it's
pretty good.
went into
Yeah, I
the
liked it.
embassy.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly,
they make
yeah.
a fake movie. It's like Argo. It's
Yeah.
like this science fiction movie
Yeah.
they're pretending to make. So like, I love that aspect of it. It's like we're making fucking movies. It's like talking to like old Hollywood types. like
He's got the shirt open.
yeah, exactly.
Hair.
the stereotypical
chain.
cigar.
I was gonna say cigar.
Yeah. And he's like literally the same dude who was also like in Ocean's 11, and he's just like, we're gonna rob a fucking bank. like I know it's not the same exact actor, but it's like the same role. It's like one is fucking Alan Arkin, and then one is what's the guy who was in like The Long Goodbye and a bunch of like I'm gonna say Philip Roth, but that's not it. That's like a character, I think.
Yeah.
No, that's an author.
I'm trying to think
I'm
of
totally
a,
thinking of the wrong thing.
I'm on a totally different train of
Uh-huh.
thought.
Do you know,
before I
like, do
forget.
you guys watch Friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking Monica's dad. Do you guys know the actor's
yeah.
name?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I don't remember his name though.
I don't
But
remember
he's
his name.
great. I love him.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like something Roth, I want to say.
David Lee Roth.
Like, yeah, David Lee Roth.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
No, but Best Picture.
I like Bohemian
Rhapsody.
Rhapsody.
I never
Rhapsody.
saw it. I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
don't
was
get me.
Christian-
Was Christian Bale in Argo?
No.
No.
Ben Affleck
I know-
starred himself.
Yeah, I
in
know
directing
Ben
himself,
Affleck
yeah.
was starring and directing, which I like when he does
then-
like his starring directing.
I never saw Live by Night though. That was one that,
That
he
was-
was really he did.
I like that one.
Was it good?
And then, yeah,
He
I
won,
didn't like to see it.
uh,
I want to see it.
I like the town.
The Town was cool.
Christian Bale did win Best Actor
He did.
for
For
Vice.
Vice, yeah. Ow. Which I think he should have. That was a.
Yeah,
His
definitely.
transformations are so intense.
I know, man.
And yeah, I feel like once I saw the trailer, I was like, God damn, he played Dick Cheney so well.
Yeah, he's
Oh
great.
yeah, and his transformations are fucking insane.
Dude, my friend is like, he brought this up to me multiple times now. He's like, if you Google Christian Bale fat, like just Google it, he's smiling in like every picture. He fucking loves it. Like my friend's like, all he wants is to be fat. Like, but Hollywood
Well,
won't
if you
let
saw him at the Golden Globes, he's back down to
They're like,
he's back
"No, we
down
want
to
him
skinny.
He had to be fucking Batman for so long. Like,
exactly.
you had
Yeah,
to
I'm
work out
sure-
every day.
yeah.
Like, I'm sure just eating all that
Eating
food and
just
being just a
cheeseburgers,
slob, just like
cheeseburgers.
that must be the
Just-
best feeling from
Yeah.
going super
Yeah.
fit for
Skipping.
like ever for multiple
Not
years
being
just to
able
be
eat
like
carbs.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
I'm going.
Like just think how
Dude, I would
I
just have
couldn't
like
do it.
never-ending stir fry.
I love pasta too much. I
Just
couldn't
think
do
how-
it.
Yeah,
just
dude.
think how Chris Evans gonna feel when he's finally not Captain America
Yeah.
because he
Yeah,
just
man.
like he didn't re-sign his contract, so now he's just gonna be
He's gonna-
fucking pigging out.
He's gonna be like Orson Welles.
You
eating
know-
his fat ass to
Yeah.
death. Like a Superman.
Imagine how freeing that must be though, because like if one of us got that fat, people would be like, what's going on with you?
or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But he it's for a role, you know.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Oh, it's gonna be all
One day
day.
I hope I get to be an actor
I wonder
in some
if,
movie where I have to be fat and I can just like
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would love that.
I don't
If
think I could do
I would
it.
love to have a movie studio just force me to just eat and give me endless food.
Yeah.
But then
And I like-
again,
yeah.
there's some studios that are gonna be like, because Christian Bale also was in that one movie where he had to be super
Yeah.
skinny, like where
Mechanic.
Mechanic, yeah,
That
where-
one was intense.
The Machinist.
the machine,
Oh,
that
Machinist.
one,
And then
Machinist.
also
Oh my
the
God, he
fighter.
looks
Both
horrible.
of
Fighter.
them.
He was
The
yeah. he
fighter,
was getting
he's
both.
super
roles.
Oh
skinny
yeah,
too.
yeah. When he played the.
And but
drug
he
addict.
did it. It was like skinny, then Batman, then skinny again. Like he,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I
it
saw
wasn't
the
like
list
one,
of
it wasn't like back to back,
transformations.
Oh,
which
yeah.
would have been probably a lot nicer.
Oh,
If,
for
if he
fun.
makes it past 60, I'd be surprised.
I feel like.
yeah, he's gonna die young.
But also,
Ben
that must
Hardy?
not be good for
Not
you.
that.
Is like you said,
Yeah.
going skinny to fat.
Yeah,
But
especially
dude,
how
yeah.
fast
Oh,
he
yeah.
did.
All I want is Hollywood to just like pump me up, make me super fat, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna dress you like a vulture," and then I get out and I'm like, "Flash Gordon, my old friend. Like, we used to win many wars. Like, before this, boom. You know, like fucking, my fucking, it's like timpani sounds when I hit my belly.
That's like one that you kind of want to give it like Mother.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
that's
know if I'd watch
one of the
it.
most
Yeah.
fucked up movies.
Like,
I've
I'm
ever
glad I
seen.
did it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like it's like acid. You're just like, man, I'm glad I did it, brother. But like,
Yeah,
but should I do it again? Maybe not.
I don't care
But
much
brother,
for
it connected
Lawrence.
highways that never were
Yeah.
connected.
I've never seen
Opened
anything
my eyes.
I was
so
on the
messed up
CB
on screen,
radio
yeah.
talking.
Yeah,
But
I
it's so
definitely
like
that scene with the. Are you talking about like the scene with like the baby?
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't.
Well,
mean,
I would like to see it now, knowing that it's like supposed to be the Bible.
Yeah,
And-
see,
and
that's
then
what
they
they
assigned
there's
it.
so
because I didn't know.
hidden
That's why
meanings.
I watched it. I watched it because of that. I went in there knowing. The
See, I
metaphors and
had no
stuff. That's
idea.
why I was like,
Okay.
all right, I guess I'll give it a shot. But it still
Yeah.
didn't do anything for
Yeah,
me. I
'cause
didn't.
it's so artsy, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's like
I usually like
art
those,
pain.
but I'm just like I just can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I don't like Jennifer Lawrence.
it's like Whiplash, but
I
like
don't give her.
Whiplash
I
is
don't
like
give her a chance. I don't.
Oh, yeah,
Ah,
like
did you
Jennifer
see
Lawrence.
Red
I don't like
Sparrow?
her.
That movie
Yeah,
was
I
pretty
tried
bad.
to watch that.
Terrible,
I just didn't.
just terrible.
Anything else Jennifer Lawrence does, like Silver Linings Playbook,
Mhm.
she was in Joy.
Mhm.
What about
the Hunger
Passengers,
Games?
though?
Obviously, like
Yeah.
she's great in
You
a
guys,
bunch of stuff.
you guys see Passengers?
I gave that.
I didn't
a
see
shot.
Passengers.
I gave
Only
that a
saw
shot
parts.
only because of Chris Pratt.
I love Chris Pratt.
I love Chris Pratt.
But they,
Yeah. Oh, that Chris Pratt.
they-
oh, that Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Skinny
I'm not
Pratt,
kidding,
Fat
that was-
Pratt. I don't care.
Dude, oh, that Chris Pratt was a segment I had on my old show. I did with my friend. Literally, it was because he was hot. He just became hot. Then,
Oh, yeah.
When me and
Oh,
my
yeah.
friends started doing our
We
thing,
got
like
all
our video
signed
thing,
on for
and we were like,
Guardians.
I was like, I need a Chris Pratt title. I was like, oh, that Chris Pratt. Like,
you go.
it rhymes. Like, I did a bunch of rhymes like, and wordplay.
Trademark it.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
No.
I saw it like
I
3
didn't.
times. I
So
loved
it did win Best Motion Picture for the drama category at the Golden Globes.
I don't think it'll win it for the Oscars.
I thought it was
Mhm.
amazing. I would see it 500 times because one, it's Queen music.
Yeah.
It's
Can't go
awesome.
wrong with
Yeah.
The concerts in the movie are like I got chills because it felt
Oh,
so
yeah.
real.
Yeah.
You know, they
That's
really make it feel real.
That's
When-
cool.
But it went up against Black Klansman,
Which was amazing.
Which-
I love Black Klansman.
was amazing.
Yeah.
A Star Is Born and Black Panther and If Beale
Yeah.
Street Could Talk, which
Black Panther, it was great.
it.
I mean, I loved it, but
Well, the thing that I think is interesting about it's like it's more like raw. Like I was talking about this the other day. It's like it's more like it's influenced by like blaxploitation and shit like that. But it
Mhm.
feels like that, and it feels like more indie and like not polished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like 100% like a major Hollywood.
you're talking about Black Klansman?
Yeah, Black Klansman.
Oh, yeah,
like
it was
budget
great.
wise, you can feel
Oh, yeah.
it's small budget. You know, and they
It's
did
got
a
that
good
Spike-
job with
it's got
it
that
though.
Spike Lee feel.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it has
yeah.
Steve Buscemi's brother in it.
yeah.
Yeah,
the whole
that's
time
right.
I was like,
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
That's
I was
right.
like, is that Steve Buscemi? I feel like I would have known if it was Steve Buscemi and it was his brother.
But
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a tough one.
I thought Black
Oh,
Klansman was so good. Like one, it's a story that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
Because I never heard of this story.
Yeah, I'd
of
never either.
like a cop that tries to join the KKK and actually gets really deep into it and
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
And one, the shots were amazing.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many funny parts, so
Mhm.
many
Yeah.
intense parts,
Yeah.
and there's like a whole ending to it where it kind of talks about modern day society and
Yeah,
it
Oh,
goes
and
through
that
the
whole
past.
end
that
scene.
whole-
I cried, man.
Cried my
I
eyes
cried
out
too,
at
yeah.
that.
No matter how many times I've
It was
seen
sad,
that
yeah.
clip, I still cried. Like it's.
I didn't even
It's
know
emotional.
we were
It's
we didn't get
very
it until
emotional.
like 2 weeks after it came out.
Yeah.
And so I went and saw it on the Grand, that tiny screen, and there was this lady that came in like 45 minutes in, and she was this older woman, and she came with her flashlight, and she goes, "Anybody have seats next to you?" And she's like flashing in
Oh
people's
my God.
faces. And
Yeah.
But I think
That's cool.
I didn't see
That's
If
gonna
Beale
be-
Street Could Talk. It did look good.
did. I
It's
like that
it's
actor.
like Fences, isn't
Yeah.
it? Isn't it like a play or something?
I think so.
Was it a
It's like a
play?
I'm not
social
too sure.
issue thing.
I
That
think
actor
so.
was in. You guys seen Homecoming yet?
No.
No, not yet.
Ah, it's amazing.
Oh, I keep thinking you asked me this the other day, and I was like,
Spider-Man? I
Homecoming?
always-
Like, I just think of that now.
No, it's Julia Roberts. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're out of titles, man. It's like 2019. Like,
Yeah.
there's no more good ones.
I've been noticing a lot of
Yeah.
movies now have to put in parentheses 2019 or
Yeah,
2018.
they do.
by-
well, that's
Hell
also
yeah.
because everyone's doing remakes.
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
yeah,
It's
like-
just like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
People running out of.
You guys see
It is
Predator?
a hefty remake.
I did see
I
Predator.
I didn't see it all the way through. I think.
The new one?
Yeah.
No,
I
I didn't
enjoyed
see
It's hard to mix horror and comedy.
Yeah,
I
I heard the
enjoyed it.
studio
This one is
did a
the
lot of
Predator.
interfering with the with
Mhm.
that, but I still enjoyed
It's a
it.
shame.
The only
Yeah.
other Predator that I saw though was the very first one, and
Yeah.
I honestly, in my opinion, don't like it. at all. Like I didn't think it was that exciting or that entertaining.
The Schwarzenegger one.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And so this one I thought was actually pretty good. I stayed through the whole thing and I thought it was really
Yeah.
enjoyable.
what was it, Sterling K. Brown or whatever?
Yeah.
His character.
He's good.
I loved his character. He's fucking hilarious.
Mm. Well, I really like the Predator director's other movie, Die Hard.
Shane
It's
Black
so
is-
good. And I think what's at the heart of it, that what I realized when I rewatched it recently, like we showed it, you know,
Mhm.
for the 30th anniversary, and I was like, it's a bromance. So it's like these like two men
Yeah.
who've never seen each other, like just it's like it's first fucking time they talk to each other, they're like in love. And he's just like, I got a feeling about this.
You know,
Like it's just brotherly love, and it's like that's why people like the movie. It's
where,
because of that emotional core.
where Alan Rickman's character
and
he
then Alan
falls.
Rickman.
Yeah. Do you know how he has that like super amazing like look of shock?
Yeah,
Do you know
it's a great shot.
They dropped him on 2.
Oh, that's great.
The
That's
director was like,
Get that
okay, we're gonna
really-
drop you on 3, and he's like, I need to get this great, and so
Yeah.
he was
That's
really
awesome.
shocked. He didn't
I
expect
didn't
to be
know.
dropped. He was like 3-2, and then just dropped him.
Oh,
And so
shit.
he was
Get that
actually like
genuine
surprised.
That's
Man.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that little Family Guy thing? He's like, Alan Rickman.
Oh.
This is Alan Rickman reminding you to take this meat out of the freezer.
Oh man,
Alright,
I wish he lasted longer, man. He was
I know,
great.
yeah, it was great.
He was fucking. And I watched Love Actually, the one.
I've
with
never seen
the
that.
Christmas one with like
Oh,
tons
yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, Alan Rickman's part is like it breaks your heart.
Oh.
It's like you feel so bad for him,
Yeah.
and you're like, "What are you doing?" Like, like it's good. Like really, that movie, I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then,
Yeah.
like I like slowly was like, "Wow, this is like a masterpiece in this genre. Like this is a good one." Like I really liked it. Actually,
That's how I
had a
felt.
really
too.
fun
I didn't.
time.
I didn't want to give it a chance at first
Because it's like I'm like, oh, this is like one of those movies where
Jeez,
everything is
looks like-
extremely lit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a sitcom.
I guess I'll watch it.
In
Like,
terms of like romantic comedies,
It
what's your
was like
guys'
my
like,
guilty.
top 2 or 3?
When Harry Met Sally
I
is
was
my
gonna say
favorite.
that.
It's so good.
Have you guys seen I Love You, Man?
I love you, man. Yes.
That
would say
movie is
50.
so
I love
cute.
you,
Slapping
man.
that bass.
Yeah.
It's such a great
50
movie.
That's what
Yeah.
Jason
51st Dates
Segel
is
also.
pretty good, too.
Jason Segel and Paul Rudd,
Yes.
right?
Oh
Yes.
god, yeah.
Fucking dude,
You can put
love
Paul
that
Rudd in
movie.
anything.
Dude, I got the Blu-ray like as soon as it came out, and I've rewatched it so many times.
I Love
ever
You,
since
Man?
Yeah, it's like
It's
one of my
great.
I
favorite
love
movies ever.
Luford.
There's
guys-
so many,
Get
so many
choked out by
lines.
the Hulk.
Have you guys ever seen Hot American Summer? Or
Wet Hot
Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah, no.
And then there's a TV show
I haven't
too.
seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I haven't
I
seen
like
it.
wasn't paying attention
It's
when I
ridiculous.
watched it one time, and then it's like I remember at one point it was like the voice of Archer, like H. John Benjamin.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's Archer." Like,
No, the movie
He plays like the cook or something like that.
Yeah. Was it a movie, then a show, then a movie?
It was
It was a movie and then a show on
Then the
Netflix.
show.
Yeah,
But I
and
don't
then
think they came out with.
I think they made it into a movie again.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they did.
That was the one with the can, right?
The
Yeah, I
can.
believe that was.
The movie has a can, like the old one, and
Yeah,
then they
the
made
old
a
one.
newer show with the Netflix. Netflix
Yeah.
is pumping. It's like you don't need to remake if you can just bring it back.
Honestly.
Which is crazy how Netflix is like changing.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
going-
they really are.
That's one thing that I never expected Full House to return. Like
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
never ever
Yeah.
in a million years think Full House will be back.
They
Like,
need a
why?
sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
A sequel series.
Gotta pick
Like
it
it's
back
so
up.
dated.
Yeah.
Like it's so dated. Like, it's like
Hey,
from
yeah,
the-
out of all that era sitcoms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so dated. It's like it feels like it's from the '80s, and isn't it like the '90s?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that I mean, out of all those great ones, like Seinfeld, if that could come back.
Yeah, Seinfeld's great.
Great.
I love
But
Friends.
why
growing up.
bring them back, though?
You
Like-
don't- I mean, there's no reason.
Like I don't know if you guys ever saw Gilmore Girls, so that's
they
kind
brought
of
it
my
back, yeah.
that's kind of my new show I've been watching.
Mhm.
It's actually really good, but
Yeah.
they brought that back, and it's just like, well, why?
what's
What's the point
That's
of
like-
having? Because they only do like one season,
Right.
and then it never does well enough. So it's
Right.
like,
That's
is it just for the
development?
is it just for
Rest
like
of
the
it, yeah.
hardcore fans that just are
That
like,
last
we need
season
it
of-
one last go and then
One
we're
last
done.
hurrah.
that last
Yeah.
season of Arrested Development was not. I think then they did another one too.
Who?
Arrested Development. They made one like last year.
They did another one.
I
after
never
that?
saw it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I don't know.
The first couple seasons, I saw them filming it. I was at an airport
Oh,
in
you saw it?
Burbank one time, and I saw David Cross. They were filming some scene in an airport.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Pretty cool.
Fuck, dude. David Cross
David
is
Cross
so
is
funny.
He
I
is funny.
love him. He's one of my favorites, dude. Have you guys seen
He's
Year
like-
One?
Yes.
I never saw that.
You
I
have
love-
to
I
see
always
it.
forget
It's
about
based on
that
your
movie.
comedic taste. Like, it's not a good movie, but
Yeah.
it's fucking
Oh, I love
hilarious.
it.
It's so funny.
Jack Black
Like,
and,
it's
Michael
super low
Cera.
budget, but it's like great. Like, it's really, dude.
Which-
There's so many funny lines and shit. Like,
Which one he plays? Kane.
yeah. He plays Kane, and he fucking kills Paul Rudd, his brother, Abel.
Yeah, Paul Rudd plays Abel. I love how he tries to cover it up.
And then there's
He's
like
like,
a-
"Oh, we're just playing."
yeah. There's like a scene at the end with some really weird actor who's like plays this priest, and he's like, "You just want to see it all, fuck it all, lick it all." Like, and he like says a bunch of weird shit. He's a great character. They've got little characters that are great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Have you guys ever met a person that doesn't like
Got some water on
School
your
of
nose.
Rock? I was looking at
It's
that
probably
too.
shining
Yeah.
in the light in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I'm
man,
gonna
is that
smear my
is that-
foundation.
I was like, is that a pimple?
I
Should
was thinking
say
the same thing. I was
something?
like-
Like, I don't know. And I was like, maybe that's some water here.
I was like,
What
I
if
was
it
like,
was like water, like it just started running down and my freckles started disappearing, and like
Oh,
water
God.
goes down, like, and I just become like
A
I'm
different
like a
person.
mannequin man, like
a robot,
featureless.
like-
and we're all like,
I was thinking
It's a
from
replica.
Indiana Jones, like when they open up the ark, everyone
Yeah.
starts
Yeah,
melting.
it's start melting. Yeah.
Damn
I love
Nazi.
that, dude. I love that fucking part. That part when I was a kid, I was always like, they can put this in a movie. Like, this
It's
is-
still scary
It's
and
scary
creepy
as
today.
fuck, dude.
Like it's
It's
It was
scarier
like the
than like
scene
digital
from,
effects because it's like its own spooky thing.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah. Large Marge.
Yeah, Large
Large
Marge,
is
yeah.
fucking terrifying. Oh
That's-
my
on
god.
your nose again.
Oh, I keep this thing. You know what it is? This apparatus. It always fucking like you
Apparatus.
shut it and it splashes you.
Ah,
So
teach you to close me.
Yeah, wet nose in it. My goddamn, my dog over here. K dog.
I'm glad I had that information. 'Cause before I was like, there's no way water's getting all the way up here. That was part of my. I was like, is it water? Is it?
I know, and I didn't
He's
see your water bottle, so I was like
very
looking around. And I was
weirdly.
like, does
was
he
like-
actually have water?
Yeah, I was like,
what
yeah.
is going
I'm
on?
I
hiding
haven't
it.
seen you drink it once this whole.
I'm
I mean,
hiding
you're
it,
real
and it's-
discreet about
I'm just like
the thermos.
Like, yeah, guys, and then I just piss on myself a little.
Taps on the ground.
Like, yeah, this apparatus does this weird thing. Where I'm like pissing into my tongue.
it's all about it's the apparatus.
Yeah.
It's like I was
Like,
driving home from Seattle one time, and my mom was having me carry this big vase.
I don't like where this is going with it.
Well,
Apparatus.
I'm gonna tell you where it's going. I had this big vase, and I didn't want to carry the vase. It's a large vase that she got from a coworker, and I spilled it all over my pants
So
halfway
it was
through the
filled
car
with
ride.
water.
Oh, it was filled with gross flower water. I mean, and so we go into a gas station, and I had to go in,
Mhm.
and so it's right in the area where you would piss yourself.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
And so I'm immediately just going. I'm just trying to be like, man, that flower. And
Yeah.
immediately everyone just threw me under the fucking bus. They're like, he was like, yeah, you should have just pissed yourself. So I mean,
just
the
kicking
guy
you.
in the
The
counter
gas
was like,
station was right down the street.
Yeah.
You
The
spill
guy-
water on your pants, but you piss yourself just to make it less awkward.
I think it's usually the other way around.
No.
Billy Madison, all the cool kids
Yeah.
are doing it.
No, it's the opposite effect of just like, man, I got water on myself. Now I'm gonna piss
if
just
there's
to
a-
make
there's
sure
a-
people know.
If there's ever been a better time
No
to piss
mistake.
yourself.
Now,
Honestly,
I
it's
don't
like-
have to explain to people it's not piss. Now they know it's piss.
Yeah.
I might as well go now.
You go up to like the fucking clerk at the gas station, and he's like gonna hand you the fucking key. He's like, "You sure you need it?" Looks like
No, he was like, he's like, was it really the flower face? And I was like, yes. And he goes, it happens to everyone, man.
Happens to the best.
And I
Yeah.
was like, no,
Yeah, he's like, "Man,
I
life
didn't-
will do you like that."
yeah.
You know,
Life will
kids'
do-
underwear. over
Life
there.
will give you the old apparatus.
Dude, I had my first business law class yesterday. It's fucking craziest professor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like
What
this
does he
rich.
do?
He's this rich lawyer.
Oh god.
Do you smell bad?
It's super.
No, he doesn't
super-
smell bad.
Super eccentric. Like,
He's
just
nice, but
crazy.
he's not eccentric or anything. He's
Yeah.
just he has no filter and he doesn't give a
Oh.
shit.
Oh,
He's
okay,
like-
he's got
he's like-
tenure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, not even tenure. He's just super rich, and he's like, I don't care about this job. Okay, I could get fired. I don't give a shit. Last year,
I'll go for it.
he's like, last year I had this class and I just hated everyone in it. I told him I hated them.
Uh-huh.
He's like they didn't talk, and so I come in and I go, you know what? I hate you guys. And he
Oh
was
my
just
God,
he's
that's
just
awesome.
a dick, and he's like, I'm not gonna be
That's
politically
awesome.
correct.
Oh god.
And people asked him about all kinds of stuff, and he goes, somebody raised their hand, and it's this dude that I had in my statistic class last year. He had this like longish, like to here, like greasy hair, and oh, he's like bumbling and always had a pencil in his ear, and he goes in the back with the weird hair and the pencil in your ear. And he looks around, he goes, don't look around, it's you.
Oh shit!
And
This
so
is
then,
always gonna be you.
then he started calling him Slayer. He goes Slayer, and he starts saying something. He's talking about this
the
one.
band,
Yeah,
he's a
He
fan
probably
of the
didn't even
band.
have a Slayer.
That's
shirt on.
no, he
awesome,
didn't. He
dude.
didn't. And
so fucking
this
fun,
one
love it.
guy said something.
Profiling me.
He said this one guy
I
said
need to
something
meet this
stupid.
man, yeah.
He's like, I need a baseball bat to just hit you in the side of the head because I don't want to listen to you anymore. And this
Oh
is
my God.
keep in mind, this is the
Oh my
first
God,
day.
First day. Yeah.
Like he's already
yeah, man.
and
But then by the end of the term, you guys are gonna be standing on the desk and shit, like fucking like crying.
he's like,
like he broke
he's like-
us,
he's
and
like-
then he rebuilt us.
you know, she's like,
I owe you.
he's like, I will call you out if you ask a stupid question. I'm gonna call you out on it. He's like, there are stupid questions. No matter what your teachers and your parents have told you, if there's a stupid question, I'm gonna fucking call you out on it.
There's gonna be a movie made about this
Yeah.
guy, the hardcore teacher.
Well, he's been there for 5 years. All the reviews are great, and he's like, it was
he just goes
he
up
asked
to
him-
like one student at a time, just like fucking like what's your favorite food? And they're like broccoli. He's like, well, you healthy little bitch. just roast everyone till they cry, like in the meanest way. Like
yeah,
not
and-
even clever.
So he talked about the band. He's like the Slayer dude was like, he's like that's like Negan, but he said it super fast. He goes, "Do I need a fucking translator for you?"
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then he asked somebody asked if he'd ever been arrested, and he was like, no, I should have. And he goes into how I don't know if he said it, so I'm just gonna fucking say it. He goes into how he. When in the European Union, how they switched from all the different currencies to the euro, he would help people launder their money.
Yeah.
And so they could
like, oh,
clean
you-
their money. And he talked about it. And then he's like, has anyone been arrested? And this one dude in the back goes, like, and then when he saw that no one else raised their hand, he went, and then shut it right back up. Because it was like,
Well, I already
it was
put
like,
it up.
it was confidence. And then he saw that no one else had raised their hand in this class of like 60, 70 people. And then, he's like, you know what, fuck it. And then he goes,
I'm not just gonna remember
I already
this
did
as a dipper.
and he's like, what were you?
I gotta put it in.
He's like, what were you arrested for? And he goes, which time?
Oh
It
my
was
God.
a weird.
That's
class.
why he did it. He was like, I gotta put it up.
Yeah.
Twice. and
I was
he
dreading this
arrested
class
twice.
because like business law does
Yeah.
not seem like an interesting topic.
No.
Seems like I'm gonna be fucking blowing my
It's gonna be
brains out.
boring, and
But
he's
I
gonna
got
bully
there,
you.
and and there's just
Yeah,
a
no,
teacher that's just.
Not only
gonna
is
be
it
a rough-
be
yeah.
boring,
And
what
yeah,
is
he
it gonna
goes. He showed us like a
Bowling.
grading scale, and it's like 3.0 is like an 80%, and it goes up 0.1 from there. So the only way to get a 4.0, you have to get a 98 to 100%. And he's like 4 students last year got a 4.0, and he goes, who here thinks they're gonna get a 4? He's like, I know 4 people. I think they're gonna get a 4.0, and he goes, who here thinks they're gonna get a 4.0? And like 5, 6 people raised their hand. And he goes, yeah, I know for a fact, none of you will.
Yeah, he's probably like, yeah, you put your
Damn,
fucking hands
dude.
down. I know you won't.
And he goes, this
Wow.
one dude that's just been like saying stupid stuff all the time. He goes, I know for a fact you won't.
God. Like, I don't like you, so I'm just gonna flunk you.
He told me he straight told me he didn't like him. First day.
Yikes.
How has this guy not been
Yeah,
reported?
Because
Yeah,
it's
even-
college. I mean,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
That's
because he
crazy.
doesn't.
That's why then he's
like I wouldn't care. That's awesome. But
It was
like,
great.
There's gotta be
Big
that
Bad
one student
Wolves.
that gets
Yeah,
like
fucking Professor Asshole.
This sounds
Doesn't
like
like
fucking
that.
Wolf of
Oh,
Wall
yeah.
Street.
And then he talked about how he was
Yeah,
in
pump
because
these
he does
numbers up. Those are rookie
does
numbers.
most of his law practice in Germany and Asia, and so he was
Love
doing
that
this
part.
big
So
presentation that he
much.
paid a bunch of money for, and he was driving across the autobahn, and he'd had like 5 beers
Babies
the
on
last
board.
night, and beer in Germany is
By
like
babies, he means beers, empty beer cans.
Beer- yeah.
He's got
Rattling
baby-
around in the
Oxton,
passenger
baby.
seat.
yeah, and it was the night before, and like beer in Germany is like a lot stronger.
Oh yeah.
And so he thought he was doing fine. So they're
Right.
driving like 100 miles an hour on the Autobahn. And he's like, my business partner's in front. And next to him is like, he's like, would you call it his side piece? He's like, she's next to him and I'm right behind her. And so I
Oh,
think I'm
shit.
doing good. And I feel my chest tighten up. And so I go like this to cover. And then projectile vomit through the small hole between the top of the seat and the other part, right on the back of her neck for about 3 seconds. Then all over himself. So he's he's 20 minutes away from this big presentation that he paid like $13,000 for. And so they pull over, and his business partner gives him his suit. So he's in just his boxers on the Autobahn. And his business partner's like 6'5", 320. And he's probably what, 5'9". And so he's just swimming in the suit. He's like, I can't imagine what an asshole I must have looked like, given this big presentation in this suit that he's just absolutely swimming.
Looking like he's in his dad's suit, just
Yeah.
dragging it along.
as a college professor, he sounds like he's living the life though.
On his-
yeah.
Traveling, throwing up on random people in
Autobahn.
cars and
On the
going
Autobahn.
100 down the
Yeah,
highway.
dude. That's like I had an English professor, and one time he just like he was kind of bored. He was like I could tell like his body posture, like he was just like fucking sitting like this and shit, and, like doing that. And he was just like, Like in the middle of a fucking random ass lecture, he's like, "I've done heroin."
Wow.
And the class just like fucking was like suddenly alert, and he was just like, we all did it. it's like it was,
Trying to play it off like that's a normal thing.
Yeah, he was like,
to
it
do
was the
heroin.
80s.
It was the time.
He's like, we were punks in LA. He's like in the
Skid
valley.
Row.
He was like, we were in the fucking the desert valley, and I was like, I don't even know what area he's.
I don't know. I mean,
specifically
I wasn't around in the 80s, but I'm pretty sure not everyone did heroin.
yeah. All right,
I know a lot of
everyone
people
was
was
the
doing
best,
coke.
dude. He was like the best.
Dear
dude.
Lord.
Yeah, and then he was just like, I will be honest, another day, separate time. He's like, I love opiates. And he's just like, when I broke my arm, he's like, he broke his back or some shit. He's like, I was on the couch and I was taking opiates for weeks playing video games. He's like, and if I could just do that forever, I would.
Oh yeah, when I got my root canal when I was like 12, and they gave me Percocet, and I didn't know what that stuff was.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was like,
They don't teach that on Sesame Street. Percocet.
They did not teach that one. And I was living the life, playing Left 4 Dead, just on cloud 9.
Dude, you ever played Left 4 Dead 2?
Percocet, did you take
Hi, my name's
Fucking
Edward.
survival
I
mode.
am addicted to pills starting at 12.
Yeah,
That's
well,
actually sad. People actually go through that, but
Yeah, like
that's
when I
true.
stopped taking them, I was like, why do I feel so sick? What is this?
Yeah.
And that's when I found out what withdrawals.
Yeah.
At the early age of 12.
Yeah, that shit sucked.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
One of my favorite teachers was actually my driving teacher that was close by my school, and every year, it would get passed by between each class.
Talk about
because-
Willie?
Yeah. talking
Yeah,
about
Willie.
Well,
Is
that's
that
what
the
I
acid
said.
story?
Yeah, the
He never
acid
told
story.
it to us.
Really?
He
You just
never
gotta
did.
ask him.
We asked him, he's like,
Oh,
I'll
dude.
get it to another day.
He
never did.
That acid story, it's all about because his whole thing is like, don't do drugs because if you do drugs, then you're gonna get in a car and get in a car wreck. So here's my drug story and how awful it is. And so he tells us when he did acid back in like the 80s or whatever,
Right.
and he all the walls were moving, and he's talking about how he went to a Thanksgiving parade, and the the big thing everybody talks about is that at this Thanksgiving parade, he got so scared and started to have a panic attack because the big turkey was coming, the big turkey flow. And he said that
He's
he
gonna eat
looked
him.
it dead in the eyes. The turkey turned its head, looked himself in the eye, and just said,
Hey, buddy.
"Gobble gobble, motherfucker."
What the fuck?
And we went way off topic.
Yes.
But
I don't even
back
think
to
it's
the
not even
golden-
on movies again anymore.
Back to the Netflix topic that we were on. One thing that's obviously been
Bird Box.
Well, Bird Box, but
I still haven't
also
watched that.
pretty
Back in the
crazy
day.
of a thing was Black Mirror's Bandersnatch.
Oh, yeah.
the interactive
I didn't
movie.
want- I haven't done that
I
yet.
haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
You
I was
guys
gonna do
need
it.
to, because it's not like, I don't know, it's kind of, it goes back and forth a lot with different plot lines and stories and endings and stuff.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. Just like
Yeah.
thinking that you have the control to like
Yeah.
go through it, and it's
Alter.
very smooth.
So you don't actually.
No, you do, but just watch the movie.
Okay.
It explains a bunch of stuff, and
Okay.
it trips with your head a little bit,
Okay,
and
okay.
it's so good. And then every time you get an ending, it always goes back to a certain point, so then you can watch more endings.
Right.
And so I thought it was fucking crazy. Like it's so
Yeah.
good.
Well, this is like I feel like an event. This is like a fucking
This-
merge,
this
of
is
like
gonna
a
be, like, the
synthesis, like the
first-
first movie where it's like also a video game. Like it's like both kind
Kind
of.
of like those Telltale.
Yeah, that's what it
Walking
reminds me of.
Dead
Is the
ones.
Telltale
Adventure
games, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because they have it for The Walking Dead, Batman,
They have,
Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
Of course.
and
Yeah,
those
so
are
many
basically
Borderlands.
choose your
Yeah.
own adventure TV
Those are
shows,
great,
but
yeah.
like having
They have
it
a
be a
Guardians of the
real
Galaxy
movie
one, too.
Yeah.
They do.
is pretty cool.
I never did that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It's
My
bad,
very first one
like
they
like,
did was Back
like
to the
something
Future.
that's well shot.
Oh,
and
yeah,
immersive
yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. It's
I
got to
did
be
that
because
either.
it's like it's always
I think
not
that
as
was the
good with like
first
cutscenes
one.
and stuff like that in video games in comparison. Like it depends.
That's the other thing. It's like it's really well done too. Like the
Yeah.
cinematography in it's so good, and the
Yeah.
acting in it. They have a couple big actors that are just like,
In the
Yeah, the guy-
Bandersnatch.
yeah, they
They
have
had
the
that guy
guy.
from We're the Millers.
Yeah, we're the Millers.
Maybe
the
he's been
comedic
a lot
guy,
of
Jason Sudeikis.
Or,
No, no,
no.
or eyebrow guy.
His name's Colin.
Oh, you're talking about eyebrows, Will Poulter.
Okay, just
All right,
we
so
just started
we're
with
back.
somewhere else.
We shut down for a second.
Quick
Took a pee break.
Yeah, I just want to address and something. Okay, so we're recording this where we work. We have this standee. We're working at a movie theater, so we have this standee. That's do you know what movie this is? I didn't know.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, it's okay.
Three.
How to Train Your the third one.
The third one.
And it's enormous. It's really long, and we've just covered this entire like glass, these huge windows.
So
To the people walking by, they have no
Yeah,
idea.
you literally can't
I'm
see
just-
it from the
I-
outside.
I've been praying this whole time that
Yeah.
when we leave, there's like a crowd of people that have
Yeah.
just been walking by. We just slide out.
Hopefully
Yeah.
we leave right
Four
as that
people-
Rachel Hollis
Yeah.
event
Yeah.
ends. Just rip the thing down.
They're like, oh my god, what's in there?
and they have
what
no
are they
idea-
trying to hide?
They're like,
We're
"That's
just
why
wearing
I
normal
get-"
clothes, so they have no idea we work here.
Oh, yeah.
So for all they know, four random dudes just walking out of some place they had no idea.
What is this
existed.
movie theater doing on the side?
We're gonna need to book that party room.
That's like what we think it is, but like really, like it's like people out there like, did you just hear someone say balls? They're like, yeah, they were yelling. They're like, it must be a movie.
Balls.
This is in no
Balls.
way soundproof. I'm sure people have heard
Yeah.
everything. They're complaining. They're like, there's all people just shouting about
That would
Samuel
be so
Jackson.
funny if we started a bunch of complaints. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we are in
Yeah.
no way being quiet.
Yeah. I think I hear someone doing the Pulp Fiction Bible speech.
Path of a righteous man. Like, is it an anniversary thing that's going on?
And someone's getting married.
Should have got tickets to that.
Renewal of vows.
But one of the last things that we
Whoops.
kind of want to talk about from the Golden Globes is Spider-Man won
Best animated feature. Yeah.
Best Animated Feature
Beat
of
out
this year.
2 Disney movies.
2 Disney movies and
Which were
The
Incredibles
Incredibles.
2
and
and
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
which I don't
Yeah.
think was ever. A
And what was
Okay.
what were the other ones?
I
There's like
Love
one or two.
Dogs.
I love
Oh,
dogs.
I Love Dogs.
If you don't
I didn't
know
see
about
that one.
dogs,
I
Yeah.
love, dude. You should see it. Do you like Wes Anderson?
Yeah, I was gonna say I love Wes
You'll
Anderson.
love it. It's so good.
it was
I
it was
love
good.
And then
Yeah.
it beat out Mirai, or I'm not really sure how it's pronounced.
I
think it's that Japanese
Yeah, I didn't
one, I
even-
think.
For a second, I couldn't tell what you were doing, so I was like, you're saying like Meg Ryan. I was like Meg Ryan.
The animated.
It was just an animated feature it's just about Meg Ryan.
Yeah, it's one word, and I think it's French.
They're like,
It's got a squiggly above
Yeah.
they're
it.
like, she's a real person. Why does it need to be
Yeah.
animated?
They're like,
It's
it's
like,
not-
no.
Like no, it's a bridge. It's a girl in a bridge. That's what it means. That's the title. That's our rival
Oh, yeah.
company, Girl on a Bridge.
it's an anime.
Girl from the Creek. I'm gonna fucking nuke them.
Oh, that was the one that
We're gonna
Miyazaki
fucking
made, right?
Yeah.
Fat
Yeah,
man
yeah.
and little boy.
That's what I thought. I thought that was a
Yeah.
Miyazaki movie.
Is that his last one?
I believe so, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting up there.
But yeah, Spider-Man's super good.
Super good.
Oh, yeah.
Love the animation.
The animation kind of throws you off for a second because you're like, at first I was like,
Sometimes you think it's 3D.
I was like, yeah, it was like, I was I supposed to get fucking glasses?
Every customer at the theater right
Mhm.
now comes out saying, "Is that movie supposed to be in
Yeah.
3D? Am I supposed to have glasses?"
Annoying.
No, that's just do some
No,
research
you
on the
dumb,
movie.
you dumb piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Okay.
We didn't give him to
know
you.
your movies, please.
Yeah, please. Does it say
Does
3D
the
on the
sign
sign?
say
Yeah.
But
yeah, no,
super
really
good. The comedy is amazing in it.
It's
the,
good.
Story,
the voice actors in it are
Oh yeah, they're
amazing.
great. Jake
I-
Johnson.
the character.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Because
John
you got an
Mulaney.
amazing cast.
John Mulaney,
Nick
Haley
Cage.
Steinfeld, Nicolas Cage.
Dude, I love Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, Haley
She's good.
Steinfeld's great.
John Mulaney. When he,
John Mulaney.
Dude,
as
I'd leave
Spider-Man.
my life for Haley Steinfeld.
She's
like, I'm
amazing.
coming with you.
Dude, one of the
I got my
most-
life in a spindle and a.
Set your sails, honey.
She's super underrated right now, I think, because you
She's
know
in Bumblebee.
You know, she's in Bumblebee this year,
Which was
Spider-Man.
really good.
She was in
and-
Spider-Man?
Yeah, well,
she was Gwen Stacy.
Into the Spider-Verse. She was
Gwen Stacy.
the voice of Gwen
Spider-Verse.
Stacy, yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
And she's doing a bunch of stuff. She also does her music career, which I saw
Yeah.
her live
Yeah.
down in Lake Tahoe,
Ooh, how was that?
like State Line. It was actually really
She
good.
was also in
good, dude.
Pitch
Lake
Perfect
Tahoe's the
2 and
shit.
3. Let's
Yeah,
not
she's in
forget.
Pitch Perfect. Like she.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
and one
True
of my
Grit.
favorite
True Grit's
movies,
one of my favorites.
True Grit, but also
Yeah.
Edge of 17, which is
That
a
one was
fantastic-
good. I
Oh,
liked
yeah.
Edge of 17.
Dude, so good.
I
that was a
love
good
that
movie.
But no one ever
Guilty
talks
pleasure.
about
No one
it.
ever talks
Yeah.
about Edge of
Guilt-
17.
That's one of that's like a
Woody
guilty
Harrelson
pleasure
and
movie.
her
I
so
wouldn't even
good
say it's a
together.
guilty pleasure. It's just a good movie.
It's just like such, I watched it again the other
Coming
day.
There was
Age
someone
is
else
so
in that
good.
that I recognized. I can't remember who it was.
Was it the
like
mom?
an actor?
I think
It
it's the
was
mom. I
her-
can't remember who
her-
plays the mom. 'Cause
well-
it's been a while since I've seen it, but I know the mom is like a
Yeah, she's
pretty
a big
well-known
actor.
actor.
Oh,
Actor.
one of Haley Steinfeld's best friend in the movie. She's also like in a bunch of teen dramas.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just can't-
Well, I know
it's been
her
so long.
brother was in fucking Everybody Wants Some, which was like a
Oh yeah.
kind of sequel to Days and Confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like the same kind
That
of
was the one
concept.
about like the baseball player,
baseball players.
the baseball
yeah.
players.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
really like that.
I
movie.
loved that movie.
That was a
yeah,
good
I
one.
loved it, dude. Yeah, and he was in that too. And then Woody Harrelson was great as the teacher.
Woody Harrelson, yeah. It was good in that.
Woody Harrelson's great. In
But
everything.
with this Spider
Yes, he
film,
is.
reading comics, like reading comics and having all these different universes finally collide,
So
not
good.
only just together in an animation, like in an animated thing, it's on a big screen, and like having other people learn about all the different
Yeah.
universes and Spider-Man that are out there,
It's
like.
nice.
It's cool, and hearing people say like, "Oh, Spider-Gwen is my favorite. Oh, Miles Morales is my favorite." Like, I like that
Peter
it's finally.
Porker, dude.
Peter
Do animals
Porker,
talk
yeah.
in this universe? 'Cause I don't want to freak anybody out.
I love it.
Like they did such a good
Yeah.
job, and
Penny, I love Penny too.
Penny's great. Yeah. Also, Nicolas Cage's
Yeah, Nicolas Cage is
Spider-Man
perfect. He's
Noir
perfect
is
for
just
that.
like
It's so good.
I
it's
heard
so
about
good.
this. Someone told me about
Like,
this. Yeah.
Sometimes I like to let
Yeah.
candles burn down so I can feel something. Once he said that, I was just
Damn,
dying. I was the
that's
only one in
great.
the theater laughing, and I was like, "What the?"
That happens, man. Like if you have sort of demented humor.
Also,
And it's crazy. Like I hear so many people, especially when I'm walking out of work, that are like, "Oh, that Spider-Man movie, that looks stupid." I'm just like, "Nah, man. Like this is the
good.
best Spider-Man movie I've seen. Like it captures Spider-Man so well,
Nice.
and
And-
like what Spider-Man is about. Like he's a teenager who is a superhero.
And going back to,
trying to juggle.
he's the most
timelines.
relatable like
Yeah.
superhero. You know, he's just a kid looking up to superheroes that wants to be like them.
Trying to-
you know?
Dude, it's like
trying to do good.
yeah, exactly.
And he's always going against bigger things than himself.
And I
so,
think we
yeah.
always have a little bit in that. A
See,
little
that-
bit of that in our heart of just like having a role model and wanting to be
Yeah,
them, and
that's
that's
how-
what
yeah.
Spider-Man is.
I think it's also
he's
that-
just a kid.
with the mask and everything and different versions, it shows that like it really can be anybody.
Yeah,
And that's
Oh, yeah.
what like
Yeah.
Superman and like all that shit. Like you can't be fucking Superman.
exactly.
Well, one thing I think
Or
that's cool,
Batman
yeah,
or
I
Iron
just-
Man or
Yeah.
like these rich guys that are just like, I'm rich, I can do whatever
Like, I
I
just want
want.
to get bit by a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
That's step one. Yeah.
I haven't-
That's step one.
I haven't read like much comics or whatever of Spider-Man, but I feel like the character in movies, it like hits people with like puberty or something. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his body goes through changes and he's young, so it mirrors that kind
Yeah.
of. And it's like relatable. It's like all those Disney Channel movies are like that. Like
Yeah.
where it's like
The teenager
the dad
dog.
became a dog, you know? Like shit like that, like body changes.
Shit.
You
Have you
know?
seen
Like,
Sky High?
that's like a
Dog.
huge part of
Sky
Spider-Man
High.
movies. It's like him discovering, like, oh my god, and he's like in his room, and it's they even make jokes like he's masturbating. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it.
And what's good about this movie is that not only does it
Yeah, that's my.
not
Thesis.
not only like
where I
appeals
stand.
to the kids for Spider-Man, but like all the adults that come out
Yeah.
of it are like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, that actually was a good movie because it
Well,
does have like some serious moments in it
Yeah.
that are like I teared up at a couple parts because it's just
Oh,
it's
like-
sad, you know.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say,
It's
like,
rough.
I
And
I
his
definitely
dad is
cried
played
during-
by what's his name? He won Best Actor
Yeah.
or Best Supporting Actor. He was in The Green Mile.
Oh, really?
That's his dad.
Which one?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. What?
The mouse?
Yeah, the mouse.
Anyway, yeah, it was just really good.
And then
Recommend
like all the
everybody
young
see it.
people once
And
again.
it had a lot
yeah.
of villains in it, which I really liked.
Oh, it did because it had
Yeah.
a bunch of
Yeah.
characters, right? It was
Yeah.
like kind of a mess of characters. or
And
something,
a little
is what I've
different
heard.
take on the villains
Yeah,
as well.
like
because
Scorpion definitely looked different. He had like little robot legs that reminded me of Darth Maul when he got
Yeah.
the robot leg upgrade.
Yeah, Doc Ock was a woman.
Yeah, Doc
that was
Ock
awesome.
was a woman,
Yeah,
and she had like the weird
They were different. The legs were different.
legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then the dragon, whatever, Osborn.
Mhm.
yeah. Well, like a lot of the villains in the thing are just like different universe villains. So like Green Goblin in this one is the actual like mutated goblin
Goblin
thing
thing.
that like flies around and stuff, and it's from like the comics that are Ultimate
Mhm.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
and stuff.
the
And,
Ultimate Universe.
but it was really interesting. It was really cool.
Mhm.
So I'm glad that beat out.
I really think it deserves it. I mean, Incredibles was
good. It
alright,
was
but
good.
it wasn't worth the 14, 15-year wait or
You don't
whatever.
think so? I thought it was good.
I walked out
liked
of it feeling very underwhelmed. I wanted more. I feel like it, like it showed a lot of Jack, like it showed more of Jack, but it didn't show enough.
Yeah.
So that concludes our first podcast. Thank you for tuning in. So we're working on a couple of short films right now. And by a couple, I think we have 4 in line right now. We have 2 that I've written, one that Kyler's writing, it's a Western, and then one that we're all kind of working on, which is going to be a crime, mystery, drama type-esque movie. I'm really excited about it. They're all really good. I think we're going to do a good job on it. And then with Girl from the Creek, we're going to start kind of going into different genres as well that I want to try. So not just short films, but I do want to do shorts on YouTube, like little comedy shorts, and then maybe get into some gaming a little bit. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then since we're going to be doing this bi-weekly, I kind of want to do a movie club type thing where within the 2-week span, I'll give a couple movies for everyone to watch, and then we'll talk about it the next podcast. And then if you guys want to watch them too, you guys can leave your opinions and what you guys think of the movies in the comments, and then we'll read them out as well on the next podcast. So what I want to talk about this week are Escape Room, which just came out. It's about these teens that go into this escape room, and then they realize that they have to fight for their life because the escape room is real. And so that's on the movie club list. But then also what really reminded me of Escape Room was this movie that came out in 1998, which was called Cube. And it's these people in these giant cube that go through these different rooms, and there's different traps in each room, and they have to figure out how to get to the next room and try to get out of this big cube, basically. And I felt Escape Room was this modern day Cube movie. So check those out, and I hope you guys like the podcast. And subscribe and like the channel and like the video, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, and that's it.
All right.
Thanks for having us in your neighborhood.
So long, farewell to you, my friend. That's it.